What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mike Rich, man, and this is Richie. It's Kicks. What's happening with y'all today? Had to break it down old school for y'all because it's top 10 action, man. Back to the future action. Had to take it back, go back in time, man, because I want to do a top 16, not a top 10, a top 16 of 2016. Get it? Yeah, man, because it's just too many to do 10, man. It's just, I ain't want to leave out some of these kicks, man, but let's go ahead and get into it. I hollered at my boy T-Ward last night, and he has confirmed that he will be doing a top 16 too, so I got to get over his house soon to go ahead and record that so we can have that out for y'all. But yeah, top 16, man, it took me so long to do it. I mean, so many of these sneakers were switching back and forth. No, put this at this, put this at this spot, put that at that spot. It was very hard to come up with this top 16, but like I always say before I start the countdown, man, this is my top 16. So all of this is only in my most humble, heartfelt opinion, man. My opinion only. I know y'all might have different ways that y'all rearrange these this top 16, man, but my opinion, action. My opinion. But what's a top 10 without some honorable mentions, man? So I got 4 honorable mentions, man. So let's go ahead and get into the honorable mention. All right, so my first honorable mention goes to the Air Jordan 2 Quad 54. K54, I think that's really how you say it. We done been through all this in the review, man. This shoe right here, and I wish I would have got the other one that actually had the P35 or whatever that was on the back. But this shoe right here, man, just get a good look at that one. It didn't make the top 10. And this, the only reason that this sneaker did not make the top 16, that is because it's a 2. Not a big fan of 2s, but I love the way this shoe was executed. I still got my plastic on the top. I don't know if I'm on the back. They put plastic around that gold, if y'all can still see that. Anyway, man, this is my first honorable mention. Didn't go on the top 10 because it's a 2. Like, I love the shoe as far as the execution, the way they did it, but it's a 2, man. At the end of the day, it's a Jordan 2. Not a big fan of Jordan 2s. Second honorable mention is the Air Jordan 7 N7. And I meant to say also, a lot of these sneakers didn't release this year, but I copped them this year. So a lot of these didn't come out this year, but I picked them up this year, so that's why they are on this countdown, so on this top 16. But the Air Jordan 7 N7, and the only reason that this didn't make the top 10 because all these other 16 sneakers I like better than this shoe. I mean, just being plain and simple, which I love this shoe. I'm a rocket. Y'all know I love 7s. Next honorable mention is the LeBron 9 Cannon colorway. I was able to scoop this up this year. I paid $150 for it. It was slightly used. Not bad condition at all. Just a dope shoe. A shoe I always wanted, and I kind of slept on it when it came back in 2012. When it came out back in 2012, I just slept on it. Didn't get it. And it was, by the time I was ready to go buy it, it was sold out. So I'm glad I was able to jump back on it, man. A lot of these shoes like this, since people are not rocking basketball shoes casually as much anymore, a lot of these shoes you can get for cheaper now, especially like the dope LeBrons that came out back in the day. One more honorable mention, and that is the Jordan 9 OG. Chicago is what I call it. This sneaker right here is a 9. That's like I said, man. A lot of these shoes, I really like them. Like the colorways, they bring back nostalgic memories and stuff like that. But my favorite silhouettes are my favorite silhouette. And I'm going to further warn you before I get into the 16, most of these sneakers are Jordans or Nikes. All of them are Jordans or Nikes, but most of them are Jordans. Y'all know me. I'm a big fan of Michael Jordan. I was alive in the era when Michael Jordan was playing basketball. So all of these, mostly nostalgic reasons, is the reason I collect sneakers anyway. So a lot of these are going to be Air Jordans, man. But that's the Air Jordan 9 OG right there. That's the last honorable mention, man. So y'all ready to get into this countdown? Are y'all ready to get into my top 16 of 2016? Without further ado, let's do it. All right, number 16 is the Nike Air Presto Ultra Flyknit. This shoe right here, it wasn't gonna make the top 16 because after T-Ward reaction when I told him that this shoe was gonna be in my top 16, he was like, I was like, maybe I shouldn't put it in. But you know what, man, I love Prestos. And after wearing this sneaker, like I had 2 pair of Prestos. That's all I wore in the hospital when my baby was born a couple of weeks ago. And this shoe right here was so comfortable, man. The Flyknit, Man, I try Ultra Boost. Everybody always saying Ultra Boost, but that shoe ain't comfortable to me. It holds my toes down too much in the front, and it just make my feet feel like claustrophobic, man. But this sneaker right here, I like regular Prestos, but this Flyknit version of the Presto, man, is super comfortable. And this is the only one I copped this year so far, is the gold medal version, man. So I had to put it on the countdown. It's number 16, but at least it made the countdown. And number 15, we have the Air Jordan 3 True Blue. I could not do a countdown without having these sneakers on here. This shoe was very much anticipated by me. Nike Air on the back, OG color, red, white, and blue sneaker, man. It's just an OG shoe, man. You got to have that on the list. The quality is debatable. It's not the best quality in the world, but I love this sneaker. I had to have it on the countdown. And it's actually, like I said, it had to make the countdown, man. The Air Jordan 3 True Blue. No matter what nobody say, I love this shoe. Let go. Oh, okay, my bad. Coming in at number 14 is the Air Jordan 8 Trophy, man. This shoe right here, man, it's just so well executed. It could have easily not been on the countdown because, like, not a big fan of 8s, not a big fan of 9s, not a big fan of 2s. So it could have easily not been on the countdown. But this sneaker was executed so well, man. Like, man, look at the glitter on the midsole, bro. It goes to that milky outsole, man. Look at the iridescent. Man, look at all that. Man, look at the iridescent on the... Oof! Look at the gold, man. Look at this leather on here. This kind of suede-ish. Man, it's just... Man, I don't know what to say about this shoe, man. It's just... It's a dope sneaker. If they would have put this colorway and this execution on a 7, man, that'll be number 1. Off top, that'll be my number 1 shoe, man. Coming in at number 13, and it was hard to put this shoe this far back in the countdown, man. It's very hard to put this shoe. I think the only reason I put it this far back in the countdown is because I already had the previous retro of this sneaker, and that is the Air Jordan 1 Black Toe, man. I say that with a heavy heart. I'm tripping, man. But for real, I say that with a heavy heart because this is one of my favorite all-time Jordans, period, man. I love this sneaker, man. So OG. It just reminds me of the 80s, man. I love this shoe, man. Just very nostalgic for me, man. It's one of my favorite Air Jordan 1s besides the black and red ones, like, for real. Coming in at number 12, man. And a lot of people are going to be shocked that these first 6 did not make it in my top 10. I'm kind of shocked that some of these didn't make it in my top 10, but hey, it is what it is, man. But coming in at number 12 is the Air Jordan 6 Pinnacle. This sneaker right here, man. I kind of got it at like the last minute. I didn't plan on copping it because I thought it was going to be too hard to get. I also thought this shoe was going to be $400, and I found out like a little bit before the release that it was only going to be $250. And I say only $250, like that's still a lot of money. But and it's one of the most expensive Air Jordans I bought. But it's still a dope sneaker, man. Oh, gold. Like, I wore this shoe one time to my baby shower, and everywhere I went, to the gas station or wherever I went that day, everybody's eyes just draw right down at your feet. Like, this that get you robbed sneaker right here. This get you held up at gunpoint sneaker right here, man. It's just so bright, pop out at you, man. It's only for special occasions should you rock this sneaker, man. But like I said, man, it's amazing that this didn't make my top 10. But coming in at number 12 is the Air Jordan 6 Pinnacle Action. Coming in at number 11. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. This shoe would be a lot of people's number 1 on their list of all year. Most highly anticipated, all the way back from 2009, this shoe hadn't released. And just by saying that, y'all already know what it is. It is the Space Jam 11 coming in at number 11. This is pretty good to be on the list. I mean, to be on this list of all these shoes I love, it's good that the Space Jam is gonna make the list. The Space Jam 11 is gonna make the list. It's not high up on the list like a lot of people would have put it, and that's just for the fact that I'm honestly not the biggest fan of 11s. Like, they're not that comfortable, and 11 is not one of my favorite silhouettes. It's up there. It's probably like in my top 7 or 8 favorite silhouette, but like how everybody goes crazy about 11s, I don't go that crazy about them. But it is on the countdown, coming in at number 11, the Air Jordan 11 Space Jam. Still a dope shoe, though. Still a dope shoe, man. All right, are y'all ready for the top 10? Let's go ahead and get this top 10 going. My top 10 pickups of 2016 starts with number 10, the Air Jordan 12 Flu Games. This shoe I've had my second time having. I had the 2002. Was that the year 2002? Leather, just like this. I didn't get the one that they just threw the Space Jam name on, the suede and all that. That wasn't the shoe that MJ wore in the game. He wore these bad boys right here. He wore the all leather boys, man. The black and red. For the shoe to be nothing but black and red, like no other color on it. What, I step in some breadcrumbs with that? I wore the shoe one time, man, and it looked like it got breadcrumbs on the bottom of it. We gonna get that out when the video's over with. But anyway, man, this shoe right here, just that black and red, that Chicago Bulls action going on with it, man. It's just an iconic shoe. I remember watching that game live. That's another reason this shoe is just so iconic to me. I watched that game when it was happening. They were like, man, MJ sick tonight, man. We don't know how he gonna play. Me and my homeboys, me and my cousins, we watching this game, man. And it brought back so many memories, just going back, looking at some old DVDs and stuff on YouTube, watching that game again. And this shoe right here, man, just iconic, man. It's at number 10, but this easily could have been further up in the countdown if it weren't for me anticipating some of these other shoes a little bit more. Coming in at number 9, man, one of my most anticipated cops of the year. When I found out this shoe was releasing, I was like, must cop. When I found out they was going to put OG branding on it, I was like, must cop. And that's the Air Jordan 5 Black Metallic Action, man. These right here, man. I don't know what to say. I ain't got not one complaint about this shoe, man. I love this shoe. I know when it first came out, I heard a couple of people saying, well, the quality is not. I'm like, bro, it's nubuck, man. It's nubuck. When the shoe first came out, if I'm not mistaken, it had nubuck. Might have had a better grade of suede or a better grade of nubuck, but it was nubuck. It's a nubuck shoe, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's you're gonna get what you're gonna get with that. I didn't expect nothing more or nothing less with this shoe. I got exactly what I wanted, except I got light blue icy bottoms on it. Haven't worn these yet either, man, except for when I did the on feet. Love this shoe. Love the 3M on the tongue. This is by far my favorite Air Jordan 5. I don't know if I said it on the video before. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is by far my favorite Air Jordan 5. Coming in at number 8, man. Number 8, look. This shoe right here, it's not an OG colorway, but it's a shoe I wanted real bad. And my wife bought it for me for my birthday. We went on our trip to, we went on our cruise, and she gave me this shoe. We went on a cruise for my birthday. She gave me this shoe on my birthday. This is the first time I actually waited till my birthday to receive a gift, like since we've been together. We always exchange gifts early, but she actually made me wait till my birthday to get this shoe, and it is the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari, man. That sneaker right there, bro. I mean, need I say more? All red suede 14, man. This is just dopeness, man. I wore this shoe one time as well, I think. Every time I wear it, you get something on the bottom. Look at that. What's that? Candy? What is that? But man, I love this shoe, man. This, like I said, a lot of these shoes, I had a hard time. At one point, this shoe was number 3. At one point, the Black Metallic was further up. At one point, the Flu Game was number 5. Like, it's hard to do it when you love all these shoes almost equally, man. Coming in at number 7. That's going to probably be a little controversy about this because I actually had this shoe and sold it. And it's the Air Jordan 1 Shadow Backboard OG colorway. I already told y'all why I wanted this ever since I sold this shoe. Maybe 2 weeks after I sold this shoe and my son started wearing his pair, I was like, I gotta have that shoe. I gotta get it back. Why did I sell it? It's dope. The quality is the best we've seen in years on the Air Jordan 1. I just wasn't super crazy about the colorway, but over time I was like, man, you know what? That's kind of dope. You just gotta know how to rock it, man. I love the quality on it, man. Just a dope shoe. This shoe was number 2 at one point, but I had to push it back because I remembered the reason why I sold it in the first place. I just gotta keep it real with myself sometimes. You feel me? That's coming in at number 7. The Air Jordan 1 Shattered. That's not like Shattered Backboard. Shattered Backboard, man. Yes, sir. Coming in at number 6 was one of my grails that I really wanted when it came out back in 2012. And it was crazy trying to find this sneaker for a good price. But I finally got it, had to buy it used. It's the LeBron 9. Hey, not a Jordan. The LeBron 9 Big Bangs. I think I'm going to go get this, the bottom. I'll holler at my boy, Heat ATL. I think I'm going to get these bottoms re-iced. So this thing can look new again. But other than that, man, this shoe's in dope condition. I paid, $250 for this sneaker, man. And it was just, I had to have it, man. Look at that inside. Like the All-Star lineup for that year for the All-Star weekend. The sneakers was just dope that year, man. And this is one of my favorite. I tried the raffles. I waited in line. I did everything I could have did to get this shoe when it released in 2012. But sometimes you got to take L's, man. And then you'll come up later on. You'll see them later on down the line. And I was able to get it, the LeBron 9, which is my favorite LeBron, by the way. Big bang, man. Yes, sir. Coming in at number 5, which is a shoe that probably would not be this high up on a lot of people's countdown, especially out of these sneakers. But I like what I like, man. I always tell you my humble opinion, man. The Air Jordan 7 original colorway. This is the 2012 one, Olympic, man. I love this. I absolutely love this sneaker. You can ask my wife. When me and my wife first met, I had just bought this shoe. I got the 2004 release. And we had just met. And I went on our first big dates. We went out and I wore this shoe. And you can, she ain't know what she was getting into then, man. She never seen a person treat shoes the way I did. Man, I didn't even sit these shoes on the floor. I took these shoes off and put them up on a dresser that night. And she was looking at me like, what are you doing? I was like, babe, you just don't realize I love this shoe. But anyway, man, ever since then, that 2004 got scuffed up and messed up. I wanted to get a new pair. Still dead stock. My boy Masterhouse01 on Instagram hooked me up with these, man, for retail. So you couldn't beat that. I ain't did no on feet of this shoe or nothing, man. It's just, I don't know. This shoe could have easily been higher than this too. But the last 4 sneakers, y'all gonna see why they came before this. The Air Jordan. Like I said, y'all know 7s are my favorite silhouette. If I haven't said that enough times on this channel, y'all should know by now that Air Jordan 7 is my favorite silhouette, man. Coming in at number 4. Now these last 4 are in the actual, except for probably the first 2, but the last 4 are in the order they're supposed to be in, man. Like, these didn't change that much. These 4 didn't change. This is the Air Jordan 1 band, black and red. Bread, I guess y'all. I hate bread. I hate calling it bread, but that's it, man. Air Jordan 1 band, black and red, OG high ones, man. Woo, woo. This is the only shoe that I doubled up on this year, man. This is the only shoe that I doubled up on this year. I don't double up on shoes because I'd be like, man, I rarely wear my shoes. I might wear my shoes like I wore this one a few times because I doubled up on it. But I usually wear a shoe like once every 4 or 5 months. You know what I'm saying? I don't never really do back-to-back, wearing shoes. But I've done this. I wanted to do this one like that. I wanted to wear the mess out of this shoe. That's why I got 2 pair. I was able to get my son a pair, man. T-Ward doubled up as well. It's just, this shoe right here for a lot of people was the most anticipated of 2016, man. It was probably my second most anticipated, because a lot of these shoes I didn't know was releasing, but this was definitely my second most anticipated, and next to the shoe that's coming up next. This shoe, this number 3, was my most anticipated cop of 2015. You look back at my upcoming sneaker confirmed and rumored of 2016, you would see that this is my most anticipated cop. I want this shoe more than anything else. I was like, they bringing that shoe out. They doing OG Nike Air branding on the back. I gots to have it, man. I was in Jamaica on vacation. Me and my boy C were talking about it. I said, bruh, you heard the let's go ahead and show it because I'm going to say the name, but you heard the cement fold coming out. He like, for real? I showed him the post where it said it was like Sneaker Watch or Sneaker News or something like that. Man, the cement fold with the Nike Air branding. Cement for all y'all who don't like my southern accent, cement for. Nike Air branding is coming out next year. We both looked at each other and simultaneously said, must cop. It's like this true story. We both looked at each other and said, must cop. And this would easily be, if it weren't for these other 2 sneakers I got, man, this is easily my number 1 shoe. It was definitely my most anticipated, man. The Air Jordan 4 white cement with Nike Air on the back. I love it. I love it. Mwah. Love this shoe, man. Coming in at number 2. I went back and forth between these 2 so many times. Talking to T-Ward, talking to my wife. I was like, which one of these that I want the most? I was just talking to people like, man, I don't know what got to be 1. I don't know what's going to be number 2. This shoe was number 1 all the way up until recently. This shoe was number 1. And it is the Nike Air Trainer SC Bo Jackson, man. ATL Special Edition Olympic colorway. Man, it had a lot of names. The Nike Air SC Trainer High Atlanta Olympic Atlanta Olympic colorway. I should have got the other shoe because the other shoe got a peach on the tongue, man. Matter of fact, let me get it. Here's the box. I am a Georgia voter. I put that on there. I voted, but hey, man, y'all know how the election went. But I want to show the other shoe because it has the peach on the tongue, man. My number 2 cop of 2000. This was my number 1 all the way up until recently, man. So y'all probably, a lot of y'all who follow my channel, y'all probably know what number 1 is, man. But this is my number, and I went back and forth. I tell you, I went back and forth so many times about which one I want to be number 1. Look at this shoe, man. If y'all know anything about the 1996 Olympics, man, my mom worked downtown back then. She was bringing like a whole bunch of Olympic stuff home, and everybody was hype about the Olympics being in Atlanta, man. And this right here is just more of a collector's item, commemorative shoe for me, just being born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, man. This is a very special shoe to me, man. Being a Georgia native, got that peach on the tongue, the Atlanta Olympics, man. Very special time for my city, man. But that's it, man. Coming in at number 2 is the Atlanta Olympic Bo Jackson action, man. Bo Jackson action. Hey, man, y'all ready for number 1? Y'all ready for number 1? Because I am. And a lot of y'all might already know what this sneaker is. I got it recently. I haven't even done a review or on feet of this shoe yet. And it is... what I say my favorite silhouette was? That's a hint. My favorite silhouette is Air Jordan 7 DB Dornbecker 7. If you look back to my T Ward's collection vid, and if you haven't seen T Ward collection of all of his sneakers, go back and check that out. I'll probably put that up here somewhere if I can find the URL for it. But man, go back and check that video out. At the end of that video, let's show that shoe a little bit first. And the reviewing on feet is coming up of this shoe. Man, we said we was talking about what sneaker what's your most anticipated this year, what you think gonna come up this year, what you looking forward to. And he was like, man, I wonder what the DB gonna be. And we was like, well, they ain't did yet. We went down all the DBs they haven't done yet. They somewhat did the 12. We said 12, but they did that 12 and they did the auction online. We was like, well, they didn't do 11, but they ain't gonna come out. The Dornbecker 11, I might not even try to get it, bro, because 11 is a hyped anyway. So when the DB 11 come out, man, it's gonna be crazy. Did they do I don't know. We just went through all the shoes that they hadn't done yet. It's like only like 2 or 3 Jordans from 1 to 14. Yeah, 14 was another one they didn't do yet. But we said they haven't done a 7, and I started getting excited right away. I was like, bro, if they do a Dornbecker 7, man, as long as it's dope, it's a must cop. As long as it's dope, it's a must cop. They brought a black and red, kind of like this is kind of like a maroon or brick kind of color. The red is very good leather, and then this shiny kind of like black that's going on. It got Damian Phillips. It got his initials back there and his initials between the Air Jordan right there. And it got the guitar on. It's just, I ain't doing a review on the shoe, man, but it's just with the gold hits, man. This shoe was so well executed, and being one of my favorite sneakers, the Air Jordan 7, man, I had to make it number 1. It was hard. It was very hard not to make this shoe number 1 because just for sentimental value of this sneaker. But Air Jordan 7 executed this way and done this way, and it being my first Dornbecker sneaker, I had to put it number 1. So, number 1, the Air Jordan 7 Dornbecker. Cleansed in my humble opinion, man. So that's it, man. That's it, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think of my list. That's my top 16 of 2016, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this countdown. Took me a minute to get through it. Y'all know I'm long-winded. I like to talk about each shoe as I go along, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed my countdown. Look forward to the review of this sneaker and the on feet coming up, man. Like anything y'all want to say about the video, tell me what you would have put in this place, what you would have put in that place. Comment below and tell me what y'all thought of the countdown, man. I'm not doing any more countdown. I'm not going to do a top 10 Jordans or a top 10 9 because most of my shoes are Nike and Jordan anyway. So 1 countdown, top 16, 4 honorable mentions, man. I appreciate y'all for watching it. Look out for T Ward's top 16. I'm going to try to get out to his house to do it pretty soon. So y'all look out for that. Be on the lookout, man. I appreciate everybody for watching my videos, man. This has been a great year for sneakers. I've gotten almost every shoe that I wanted this year. And that's hard for me to do because in the past, I mean, I was GR shouted. Like, I only got stuff that was easy to get. But up until recently, sneakers haven't been really easy to get at all. Like 2 years ago, GRs weren't even easy to get if it was a popular shoe. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all for watching this, man. Thank y'all, most of all, for a blessed year. Thank y'all for supporting my channel, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all for hitting that subscribe button. A lot of people, YouTube is unsubscribing a lot of people, so everybody check your subscriptions and make sure you subscribed to my channel if you want to see my feed anyway. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell for notifications so you can get notified and be part of that notification gang when my videos come up, man. And like I said, man, I just appreciate y'all. I thank y'all so much for a great year. I hit 100,000 subscribers this year. I'm at 175,000 now. And at 200, I will do a full my collection of all my sneakers. Then after that, I'm gonna downsize and get rid of some sneakers. But the next video I got coming up probably would be I got to do a part 2 to all of my sneakers I caught in 2016. I did a part 1. There was like 30 shoes on there. So I got to do a part 2 of all the sneakers I caught in 2016. It probably won't be no more than like 20 something shoes on that one, or maybe 15 or something like that. But y'all look forward to that. I feel like my lips ashy. Let me go ahead and edit this video because I messed up a lot. Y'all not gonna see it, but I messed up a whole lot in this video. So let me chop it down and make it look dope for y'all, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. Thank y'all for a great 2016 on YouTube. I really appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart, man. Thank y'all for watching my channel and sticking with me, Jay, and T Ward. And thankful to those guys too for making my channel what it is today, man. I thank y'all. So like I said, man, y'all hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and keep watching my videos because that's what I'm here for. Gone.